The hardest part for setting a video is getting the camera right, because at the minute you can't see my head. Great start, Josh. Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm doing a bit of a lazy one. I've never done it before in the year I've been on YouTube. I'm doing a Q&A. So a couple of days ago, I put on my Instagram, I'm doing a Q&A for YouTube. Ask me any questions, I will definitely respond. The good thing is with doing a Q&A for someone like me is I don't have many followers. So if you ask a question, it definitely gets answered. And luckily for me, surprisingly for me, I've actually got quite a few questions. So we've got at least enough for a 10-minute video, which is always good. We'll go through them in order. The first question I got was from Jake Greenfield. I'm gonna give random shout outs because I know Jake has watched the channel for ages. So he gets a shout out, good guy. What age did you start working out and first progress photo? So it's a bit of a weird one. So I didn't join a gym until I was 18. When I was about 15, no, I want to say 16, I bought some home weights. It was just two like 10 kg adjustable dumbbells, and I had no idea what I was doing. I used to spend like random nights in my room just doing bicep curls. That was the only exercise I knew. Didn't do any other body part. I just curled every now and then and thought I'd get big. I got a bit of definition because I was quite lean at the time. I wouldn't say my muscles grew much. I probably got a bit of strength because it was better than doing nothing. But yeah, that was the first time I like lifted weights. In terms of joining a gym, I had no interest in the gym at all. Well, I sort of did. I always played football. So I played football from the ages of like, I don't know, 13 to 18 in teams. So getting big was never part of the plan. It was only when I stopped playing football, I sort of liked the idea of it a bit more. Sorry, there's a dog about to sprint up to me and it looks vicious. No, the owner stopped it, that's good. Because the great thing about doing a Q&A in the public. What was I saying? Yeah, so I had no interest in going to the gym, but deep down, I always wanted to be a big guy. What I mean by that is I always watched wrestling when I grew up. So I was obsessed with WWE, or WWF it was back then, and I had like pictures of like Triple H and Randy Orton in my room. So ideally, I always wanted a body like them. I just didn't know how to go about it. I just thought it was impossible. So yeah, I started a new job at 18, and across the road was a gym. I still had no interest really in joining. But then a few of my mates who I worked with at the time, they joined the gym, and they was like, just come with us, lift a few weights. So that's when I first started going. Yeah, so I started going to the gym with those. So I'm 18 going to the gym. I still don't know what I'm doing, and I don't think the people I went to really knew what they were doing either. So I had no specific split. I had no routine. I didn't track weights, and I didn't really care about my diet. I'd say for that first year, even though I wasn't really tracking much, I still made a little bit of progress just because I was newbie in the gym. I got those like newbie gains, so I looked a little bit better. When I started on protein shakes, I got a little bit bigger, just because it was also new to my body. It never really lifted the sort of weights I was lifting before. My problem came, and I'll put pictures around here somewhere, is I'd say about 3 or 4 years into maybe two to 3 years into lifting it, into being into the gym, because I wasn't really sure what I was doing, I wasn't really interested in it. I started eating really bad food because near my work there's so much like takeaways. There's like KFCs, there was pizza places, kebab shops, and I didn't really care about nutrition. And because I'd played football all my life, I used to be able to eat foods like that and not really put any weight on because I was burning so much calories. And bear in mind, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea about calories and intake and what my maintenance was, or all that sort of stuff. So I started eating more junk food, I was doing less cardio, and my gym sessions weren't the best. So I put weight on, and you'll see in a few pictures, like, I wasn't ever fat, but I wasn't in good shape. I had no real muscle mass, and I looked a bit plobby. So I'd say the first 3 or 4 years in the gym, they were a bit of a write-off. I didn't really do much. Then after that, I started taking in a little bit more about what I should be doing, like muscle groups, a bit more interest in the diet. But if I'm being honest, I'd say I didn't really start really paying attention to like the attention to detail in terms of like, right, I'm going to track my calories, I'm going to do a proper push-pull leg split, I'm going to note my numbers down in the gym. I'm going to progressively overload. All that, you know, like the minute details that make such a big difference. I don't think I really started tracking that until about 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, it's always a massive learning curve, and I think I didn't really get into, I don't want to call it bodybuilding because I'm not the biggest guy, but we'll call it bodybuilding. I don't think I got into bodybuilding doing it the right way probably about 2 or 3 years ago. Next question is, this is actually from Emily. I'm going to out you because, you know, I'm not very good at maths. I am rubbish at maths. I was good in school, like I was a smart kid. I was in the top sets for everything, including maths, but I wasn't very good at it. I failed my first GCSE in maths, I had to retake it. I got a C in the end. But the background story is I can't do maths. I'm shocking. So she's put 74 times 5 minus 7 in brackets 68 plus 500 times 7. No, Emily, I can't do maths. Let's move on. Next question is, I play football for an academy side and we need a lot of protein. What are the best ways to hit that? So when I played football, yeah, you're right, you need a lot of protein, but carbs are important as well. So just chicken pasta. So in terms of like getting a good meal in, I'd have pasta with some chicken because you're getting a good amount of carbs in there, you're getting a good amount of protein in there. It tastes pretty good. If the question's more so like you're having your meals in a day and you're still not hitting your protein intake, I'd have a protein shake just because it's so convenient and cheap. You'll have seen me on TikTok. There's a lot of people who don't like protein shakes and say it's better to get your protein through your foods. Obviously it probably would be, but people don't understand everyone leads different lives. And in most cases, if you're having 3 or 4 meals a day, you still might not be hitting your protein intake. To then just blend up a protein shake and get 25 grams of protein in a quick hit like that is easy. So I'd recommend a protein shake. Look into which ones you want in terms of like what your goals are, because you've got your mass gainers where there's so many carbs in there, you're going to boost your calories as well as your protein. Or if you're just wanting the protein hit, get a leaner one where it's sort of like you'll probably get 3 or 4 grams of carbs but 20 grams of protein. So I'd say that's probably the best way to do it. Next question is, I want to improve my overall strength whilst in a calorie deficit. What is the best way to do so? So it's going to be easier to improve your strength when you're in a surplus, because that's when your muscles are growing. That's when you've got the excess energy, excess calories to do that sort of stuff. You can still grow it in a deficit, and I've done it before. The best thing to do is just note your numbers down and try and progressively overload as much as you can. You'll shock yourself sometimes, and I've shocked myself before, when it's a mental thing. But if you start noting your numbers down and then go back to the gym the week after and think, you know what, I'm going to do an extra rep, I'm going to do an extra set, I'm going to increase my weight by 2.5, you will find you can progress better that way. And that's something I'm going to be doing when the gyms are reopen. Bear in mind, this video is filmed before the gyms are open, but it'll go live when the gyms are open. Oh dear. What's your favourite dog? So yeah, I seen this question before, and I spoke to Emma before it, and she advised me not to put out there my feelings on animals, but I'm going to do it. So I'm not a monster, I'm not a bad person, but ask my family, I'm not a massive animal person. I don't ever want pets. I'm not a dog fan. I mean, if I see one in the street, I'm not going to kick it and like spit at it, but I'm not going to fuss over it. I don't really care about them. And that makes me sound a bit of a monster. I'm not, I just don't like animals. Like, I've had one pet before. I had a guinea pig called Crash, named after Crash Bandicoot. He was a cool guy, I got on with him fine, he died. Never had an animal since. Yeah, I just don't like them. No, how do I say this without sounding like an idiot? A mean person. Like, I like zoos. When we go to Disney, I like Animal Kingdom, that's really cool. I like going on the safaris and seeing the tigers and the lions. And like, what's that thing I liked last time? African wild dog, is it? Or something like that. That was cool. But in terms of like pets, not a fan. I actually don't really know any dog types either. So we'll brush past over this question. I'm not a dog person, not an animal person, but I hope they're well. I hope they stay safe. And if you have pets, good for you. Next question, and this is very good. But mate, you have, who's this? Fitness guy Matt, you have just given me clickbait for my title. Would you ever take steroids to further in the future for furthering your career? Categorically no. So I've seen a few people have similar questions. I feel like it's topical and it's quite a good question to ask. It's intriguing, it's interesting. And I've seen a few people say like they'll never write it off in the future if they want to progress their career, get bigger, get brand sponsorships and stuff. But for me, never. It would never even cross my mind. Like, it took me long enough to even contemplate having creatine. Like, I was, ask Emily, you won't ask Emily, you don't know her, but ask Emily. For about 6 months, every other day I was like, Emily, should I take creatine? No, I'm not going to take creatine. And she was like, okay, Emily, I'm going to take creatine. All right, buy some. Next day, I'm not buying creatine. So yeah, I'm very indecisive with adding anything new to my diet. So any sort of SARMs or steroids, completely not on the table. I sort of get why people do them. I wouldn't advocate it, but obviously, like, if you're in Mr. Olympia, everyone's on it. So you're going to have to be on it to get to their level. I get that. And I sort of get it if... Do I get it? I don't know. I'm probably just being too nice. But, like, I understand people do it in the fitness industry to look better, to get the brand sponsorship and get the deals to earn more money. I get it, but I don't... Not for me. I'd rather stay completely natural and just do it my own way. So I was on TikTok live yesterday and someone actually said, are you on steroids? And that is the biggest compliment in the world. But also, I think that person had no eyes and was blind, because if you think I am on steroids looking at my physique, no. Obviously, you've got to put the work in if you were to go on steroids, but if you were on steroids or any sort of enhancement and you looked like me after putting work in, you would definitely want your money back. How did you grow your TikTok so big? It was a bit of luck, I'll be honest. So, to cut a long story short, I started TikTok last year. I had no interest of being a creator. I just, basically, there's a trend going around on Facebook where you kick a tea bag into a mug. I did it, posted it on Facebook to like my friends to see, and then I thought, you know what, I'll put it on TikTok, whatever this app is, and it got 1,000 views. And then my mind started working. I was like, right, if I want to be a YouTuber, TikTok might be a gateway into getting followers and then like merging them with YouTube. So I did that video. I had a really fluky video where I did some press-ups, and at the time, people couldn't get toilet roll. It was the start of lockdown, so it was quite topical. I did clapping press-ups over toilet roll. Got 500,000 views, and I gained like 1,000 followers off it. So that's when I was like, right, I should probably post more to gain that traction. I then went through a really sticky period where, because the press-up video did so well, I just did press-ups every day, and I mean a press-up video every day. And to be fair to people on TikTok, there's a lot of people on there who do that sort of video and do really well. The problem is they can do flips and twirls and press-ups. I was just doing normal press-ups, clapping press-ups every day. I was getting 100 views a day, and it was rubbish. Like, my content was rubbish. I did this for about 4 or 5 months. I gained no more followers. My views were about 100 a day. So I was getting really frustrated and I wasn't enjoying it. At that point, I was scrolling through my For You page and I saw a sound, and it was, that is bloody lovely. And it was for like people doing for nice takeaways and stuff. I was like, tell you what, I could do that for a protein shake, because I hadn't seen much people. On TikTok, right, there was like a fitness side for press-ups and stuff, and there was a meme side for like trends. I didn't see much people meeting in the middle and bringing sort of fitness memes. So I thought I could do that. To be fair, there's a lot more people do it now, but at the time I didn't see a lot of people doing it. So I just did that for a protein shake, and I think the caption was, when you have a protein shake made with milk rather than water. That is bloody lovely. And it got 500,000 views. From there, I was like, right, I found my niche. I need to post content like this. And then I went from 1,000 followers to 20,000 followers in about 4 or 5 months, maybe a bit more. And that's how I grew on TikTok. So it's just about being consistent, finding something you enjoy doing, and you need a bit of luck as well. I feel like I've given really long answers, so I'm going to rattle through the questions now so we get through them all. Your top favourite YouTubers: Easy, Matt Does Fitness, Zach Perna, and Sidemen. 3 very different things, but they're the YouTubers I watch who I won't miss a video. I watch loads of people, but in terms of channel content, Matt is my favourite YouTuber. He's the reason I started doing YouTube. He's the reason I've learned more about the gym and nutrition and training and cheat meals. Zach Perna is an amazing YouTuber. I think he's up and coming. He's already got a massive following, but I think for the next few years he'll sort of start catching up to Matt, because his content is so good. His edits are amazing. He's a nice guy as well. And then Sidemen, I've always watched Sidemen. It's just funny content. Watch Sidemen Sunday every week. Very different to fitness stuff, but yeah, it's just a good channel. How long have you been training for? From Ryan Morgan, shout out to Ryan. I'm pretty sure Ryan was like my first ever follower and first ever person to leave a comment on my YouTube, so massive respect to him. And you know what, I think Ryan has a YouTube channel, so I'm going to put a link or some sort of pop-up there to his YouTube channel. I might be waffling, but I'm sure he does. Yeah, Ryan's a legend. How long have you been training for? I've been training for around 10 years, but like I say, probably only doing it properly for the last 3-4 years. Next question, Ryan again. What is your workout routine? Push-pull legs. I would never say it's like the best for everyone. Best for me. I really enjoy doing it. Push-pull. So I do it in a non-conventional way. I'm talking really fast now, so I'm trying to get through the questions. So I work out Monday to Friday. So I do push-pull legs, push-pull, and then I run on a Saturday, rest on a Sunday, and that works for me. Who's your team? I'm assuming you mean football, and we'll keep this nice and short. It's Sheffield Wednesday. We are in a bit of a mess, but yes, that's my team. Had a season ticket since I was younger. The less said about the team at the minute, the better. Remember me from... I'm assuming this is a typo, mate, unless you're outing me. Remember me from Rim Talk Live. Question from Sigma Strength UK. Massive up-and-coming fitness brand. The guy who runs it is alright as well. He's a bit weird, but he's alright. Favourite fitness influencer, Matt does fitness every day of the week. What made you start YouTube and TikTok, and any advice for someone wanting to start? So, I annoyed Emily for about, it must have been 4 or 5 months. I was constantly saying like, I really want to do a YouTube channel. I think I could do it. I just daren't. And she was like, oh, just do it. And then I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. I daren't do it. I won't be very good. In my mind, I was like, I really want to do it, but it's very hard putting yourself out there. Like, I'm quite confident in general life, but to put a camera in front of you and then speak directly at the camera and then put it out to the world to see, it can be a bit daunting. Like, your first thoughts are always going to be, well, mine were like, oh, people are going to think I'm weird, like my family are going to think I'm weird, my friends will think I'm weird, like what if my work colleagues see it, like it's a bit awkward, put me off for ages. And then deep down it's that thing of failure. Like, what if you are a year into YouTube and you don't have any subscribers? You just put up with it. But yeah, I just think any advice, I just say, if you really want to do it, do it. Don't have any regrets, because the thing is, in 5 years' time, you'll only look back and laugh if you do it. If you do it, fall flat on your face. That's hard. Flat on your face and fail. At least you know you've tried. You might try it and hate it, but again, in a few years' time, you can look back and think, I tried that. I might have failed, but I tried. You'll regret it if you don't. If you look back in 5 years' time and think, I wish I'd done that, that's going to be a regret. You won't regret trying, you'll regret not trying. So find some content you enjoy. If you really want to do it, put it out there, see what happens. Getting through these questions. Right, next question is, you seem to be, it's like a compliment. You seem to be pretty positive on socials. Are there days where you get annoyed, etc., for views and filming? Yeah, if I'm being honest. So you just don't see it, because I don't put it out there. Emily, again, she's obviously, I live with her, so I mention her a lot. She sees a different side. So I'm quite a positive person in general. I'm quite laid back. I don't really give a shit about a lot of things. So TikTok and YouTube are very, very different. So in my mind, I know YouTube is it's like a long-term goal. It's going to be hard, but I'm ready for it. We'll speak about TikTok first. I'm very harsh on myself. Well, for both platforms, I'm very harsh on myself for TikTok because I've grown so fast on it. So I don't mind saying I get around 100,000 views a day on TikTok. If I fall below that, I beat myself up. And I'll say to Emily, like, oh, I've only got like 50,000 views today. They're really down. Like, my followers aren't going up much. And she'll just laugh now and say, like, you said this last week, and then you get a spike. It's up and down, and that's okay. And when I say beat myself up, I'm not actually down about it, but I set quite high expectations, like, and I think my content is good, and I put pressure on myself to get views. I post like 5-6 times a day on TikTok. I do all my filming in the morning and post them throughout the day. So when I don't get views, I'll be like, right, I need to do better tomorrow. I need to change it up, do better. And I'm constantly trying to change it, constantly trying to see the next trend. So I put quite a lot of pressure on myself on TikTok. I just don't show that. But I have fun with it at the same time. Like, it is a fun app, but if my views are down, naturally you think, why are they down? What am I doing wrong? With YouTube, it's a little bit different because I know it's so hard to break into the algorithm. And there are days like, I'm really weird, so I'm very confident, and I don't want to come across arrogant, but like, I look at some of my videos and think they're really good. If they got seen by more people, I would hope people would subscribe. The hard thing with YouTube is it's just hard to break into the algorithm. It's hard to get views. So some days I'm like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber, like I'm gonna do really well, it's gonna get really good views. And other days I've never been close to quitting, don't get me wrong, but there's other days where it's like, oh, you know, like my other video got like 30 views. Am I actually gonna do this? I'm never gonna make it. And other days I'm like, you know what, I'm feeling positive, we're gonna do it. So it's a bit of a hard one, but that's like the negative side of it. The positive, I enjoy making content on TikTok. I really enjoy making content on YouTube. Like, they're very different, like I've said. Like, TikTok is short and snappy, you can have a laugh with it, you can film 7 videos in 15 minutes, boom, done. YouTube's more methodical. You have to actually get the concept of the video idea, move your camera around, get all the angles, spend a few hours editing, do the thumbnail, and I enjoy that as well. Like, that's why I do it. I enjoy the editing side, I enjoy filming myself, I enjoy being daft, I enjoy doing fitness challenges. So overall, I just enjoy both of them. But yes, there are going to be days throughout anything that you feel a bit negative and you beat yourself up a bit. Like, we're always going to be our own biggest critics, and I'm mine. I can be very, very critical of myself, but then at the same time, I can be very complimentary. If I do a video on YouTube, so the last video I did, the fitness vlog, I thought that was so good. Like, I don't care what views that got. I was proud of the video. I thought the editing was really good, I thought the concept was really good. And then there'll be other times where I do a video and think that was rubbish, that's a proper stinker. Like the kids sports day one, I wasn't happy with it. It's just one of those things. So yes, the days where I beat myself up about views, but most of the time I'm just having fun creating videos. Right, last question, and I've purposely left this question till last, looking through them because it's quite a good one to end on. Where do you want to be in a year? So I think it's always good to aim big, you know, dream big. So if I'm saying like ideal scenario, I would say in a year's time I'm gonna have thousands of subs on YouTube. It'll be my full-time job. I'll be making money from it, making the best content I've ever made and entertaining people who watch. That's not that realistic, even though it's nice to aim. So realistically, in a year, we'll talk for the rest of 2021. So I class my main social media as TikTok, YouTube and Instagram. The main one I want to be YouTube. So by the end of the year, I would absolutely love to have 1,000 subs. It's so hard to get. I think I'm on just over 300, but I think it's achievable if I put the work in. So I'd love 1,000 subs on YouTube. On TikTok, I'd like to grow to 50,000. And then on Instagram, I just want to get to like 1,000. my Instagram's the worst one at the minute for growing, and it's my own fault. It sounds really weird because I create content now consistently for videos on TikTok and YouTube. But it sounds really daft and contradictory for me to say I'm not much of a picture person. So like, I'm trying to get into the habit of taking more pictures to put on Instagram, but I'm struggling. So I probably post 2 a week. I need to realistically post once a day on Instagram. And it is easy, it's me being lazy, it's not a very good excuse. How hard is it? I could take a picture now and like filming a YouTube video today and put it on Instagram. You know what? In fact, I probably will. But that's the thing, I'm not in the habit of doing it, so I need to get better. But yeah, realistic target, December 2021, I'll watch this video back and see if I failed massively. YouTube, 1,000 subs, TikTok, 50,000, Instagram, 1,000. They're my goals. If I don't get them, you know what, it's not the end of the world. If I can get to December and think I've tried my hardest this year, that's all I can ask for. Like, you can't make people follow you. That's the one thing I'd advise I'd give people. Don't beat yourself up too much, because if you're putting your work in, you're giving it your all, you're spending hours on it, spending time on it, and you've tried your hardest, don't beat yourself up. You cannot make people follow you. You cannot make the algorithm pick your video to launch it. And the best bit of advice I was ever given, I saw it online, was you never know what video is going to go viral. You could be one video away. So look at me, my videos don't get that many views, but I'm happy with the people who watch them. I still enjoy making them. I could be one video away from that video getting into the algorithm and booming. So why would you stop? If you're enjoying making the content, don't stop. You're always one video away, and that's the advice I've taken on board. So even when the views are low, I could be one video. I could get to the end of December on the same amount of views, same amount of followers and subs as I am now. Post one video, and I could gain 1,000 just like that. It's happened on TikTok. I take TikTok for granted, so I see people struggle. I posted a calorie deficit video a few weeks ago. I think it was 10 weeks ago now. I gained 2,500 followers from one video. Do you know what I mean? It can happen in the blink of an eye. So yeah, they're my targets. I hope to get them. If I don't, I know I've tried my hardest, and I'm definitely going to carry on in the future. And that was the last question, and that is the end of the video. This is the first time I've done a Q&A. I tried to like refrain from doing it just because I feel like it's like a status thing. Like if you've got loads of followers, you can do Q&As. I don't have that many, but I thought I'll test it out and see if I got some. And I got some questions, which is amazing. So I thank you for every question. I'm going to end the video here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you got your question answered. I might do another one of these in a few months' time. I'm not going to do it like consistently because it get boring. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for sending your questions in. Hope you have a good day. If you liked the video, please drop it a like. If you really enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.